In this program, we're going to do a pretty common thing is we're going to take an array, and I realize that there are classes that exist that will create types of arrays where it's very easy to just like type in a line of code and it'll array something. But I want to, for the purposes of learning, actually create a method that you can copy and paste into your other programs that is going to erase one or more elements from a particular array. So let's take a look at how we can do this. We're going to start with an array that is going to be an array of new integers. So it's going to be, equal sign new int, and we'll put 15 values in here. And we're going to set these values as just like random from 0 to 99 because that'll be pretty easy. So we're going to put a for loop. Int I 0 while I is less than the array dot length I plus plus. Always get used to using length here just in case you ever want to, use the same idea with an array of a different size just to try it out. So in here, what we're going to do is we're going to have array element I is going to become an integer. Let's go math.random times 100. So that'll give us, there we go. That'll give us numbers from 0 to 99. Just having them all 2 digits, which we're going to fix in the output, is going to make it a little bit nicer. So we're going to create a print nums method here. We're going to send it the array, and then it'll show us what we've got before we start. Okay, so go up to the top. We'll create our print nums, but specifically so that we can format the 2 digits. So public static void print nums. And we'll need to send it our array. So let's just have that be nums up there. For int n, we're going to use this alternate for loop style because it makes it easy to just sort of print elements. So if, say, n is less than 10, we'll do system.out.print a 0 so that it'll give us nice 2-digit format, and then we'll print the values. System.out.print n plus, we'll put a space here, and then system.out.println just to make a blank line at the end. Okay, so taking a look at what we've got so far, we've just got a sequence of 15 numbers that we are going to erase particular values. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to create a method that'll help us erase one position, and we're going to put in the number 5. So it'd be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this 4 here is going to disappear, and then the new array is going to be of size 14. So 5 is still going to be the last one. It'll just be missing this value here. Okay. So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to create it kind of the wrong way first, but just so that I can demonstrate something that you may come across when you're programming. And if I did it right the first time, sometimes it's harder to learn from our mistakes. So we're going to create an erase method like this. We're going to go up here and we're going to make public static void. This one is called erase. And then we are going to be receiving our array. So int, let's call it, array. And then we're also going to receive the position that we will be removing. So it's the array and the position that we'll be removing from that array. Okay, so inside this method, first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new integer array. So this is the one that we're kind of constructing as we go. So it's a new array, and it's going to get the value new because we're constructing it, integer. Now, how big is this array going to be? Well, the new one is going to be based on the length of the original one, but minus 1 because we are going to be removing one of the elements from it. So here, for int I gets the value 0, well, I is less than the position that we want to get rid of. So this is essentially what we're going to do to every element from the array before the thing that we need to remove. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to simply copy it over. So new array element I is going to get the value of the original array's element I. So 0 is still going to be the same as the other original 0. 1 is still going to be the 1, all the way up to before the position that we want to remove. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to handle everything after the position that we want to remove. Okay, so for int I equals, now where do we start? So we want to start 1 after the position that we're removing. So we're going to do position plus 1. While I is less than the array dot length, I plus plus. Okay, so here this handles everything less than the position. This starts here, so it's going to be everything more than the position. And we're essentially going to take every element. So for the second part, we're going to take every element here, but we're not going to put it in I. We're going to put it in I minus 1 because we want to kind of shuffle them all down one position. So I'll just do a little copy paste here and change this to I minus 1. Then we're going to assign, so our array is going to become equal to the new array. So this assignment, totally fine. You can do this. An array will become another array. But we're going to see something interesting here that we're doing it the example this way so that we can see what's happening. So I'm going to run this, and it's not going to do exactly what we think. Oh, you know what? I just have to print it again after we've done the erase. There we go. So we're going to print the array, erase, and then print it again. So let's see the difference. Wait a second, they're the same. Okay, so there's an issue here that you have to watch out for when you're using arrays in a method. Now, if we were going to change the value of, say, position 3 from this array, it would affect the original array. However, we cannot do assignment in this way to replace it. Essentially, like what it's doing is it's going to be replacing like a phantom version of the array, and then when our method stops, all our work goes away. So can't do assignment in a method. We can do this in the main program, no problem, but a method doesn't handle this sort of thing very well. So what we have to do is we have to change this not to a void one, but to an integer array method, and then we need to return new array to the main program. And just to demonstrate that yes, assignment in this way works, our array is going to become equal to the array generated by this, and now we'll actually see that change take effect. There we go. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Note the 71 is missing. which is good. Okay. Now, what if we wanted to do something like this? Array equals erase. We're going to send it the array, but I want to get rid of everything from position 2 to position 4. So I'm going to get rid of positions 2, 3, and 4, and then I'm going to reprint the array after that. Okay, so now how are we going to do this? The easy way to do this, now that we've got this erase method already created, is we could just call it 3 times, get it to erase the second, erase the third, then erase the fourth. But again, we're trying to learn how to do this, so I'm going to do it all fully within one method. So public static int erase. Now we'll put our array here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a start and an end. So it's going to be a little bit different the way that we're putting this together. Now we are still going to need our new array. However, there's going to be more than one position eliminated from this. So I'm going to create a positions value and make it equal to, okay, well, how do we figure this out? We want to get rid of elements 2, 3, and 4. So I want to find like how many numbers are in that range. So we go from end minus start. Now 4 minus 2 is 2. But I'm actually getting rid of 3 elements here. I'm getting rid of 2 and 3 and 4. So when you're doing a range like this, you always have to add 1. It's kind of like what we do when we're doing random numbers. Okay. So we are going to subtract the amount of positions that we are removing from this array. So for int I gets the value 0, while I is less than, now what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the starting value. And here, this is, I'm going to copy and paste this from the previous method. This is the part where we're just copying things over. Okay, so we're copying things over there. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is we have to get everything after this gap that we've created. So I'm going to do for int I gets the value of, okay, where do we start this? We want to get rid of everything from the start to the end. So I want to start past the end. So in the example of positions 2, 3, and 4, I want to start at position 5 because 4 has already been eliminated. We're going to keep going while we're less than the, while I is less than array.length. I plus plus. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our new, well, you know what, I'll copy and paste just so that we can get this system here. So array this element, so we're starting everything from the end to the end position to the end of the array. We're going to copy this over, but where are we going to put it? We're going to have to shift everything down by this amount, positions. And then we're going to return new array. Okay? So let's run this and we'll see what we get. Okay, so we've got, let's see if 2, 3, and 4. So this is 2, 3, and 4 get eliminated. So we're still 1 and 2, sorry, 0 and 1, and then 2, 3, and 4 get eliminated, and then it starts at 21 and then carries on to the end. So these are really useful methods. Also, to help us wrap our heads around array manipulation, but also you may want to copy and paste these into other programs that you create whenever you need to erase either one or multiple elements from an existing array.